Now let's do the questions of list. Here I have to create a list and then print all the elements. Let's consider L is the list having elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and I want to print all the elements of this list. Print all the elements of this list. I can directly print L. It will print list. Otherwise, what I can do, I can use for loop and access all the elements. Then I can print each element one by one. I can also use for loop, means for x in L, then I print x. So all the elements of list L will be printed. Now the next question is to find the largest element and smallest element in a list. So what I did here, I took two variable MA and MI. MA is initialized with 0 and MI is initialized with first element of the list. Then I use for IX in L that access all the elements one by one from L, and I will check if the X is greater than MA, then MA equals to X. Else if X is less than MI, then MI become X. Then I am simply printing the value of MA and MI. So this is maximum value is 9 and minimum value is 3 in this list. Then we have another question. Next question is find sum of elements and average of a list. So here we have a list assigned with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I take a variable sum equals 0. Then I use for loop to access each element from the list for x in L. Then I simply write sum plus equal x, means sum equals sum plus x. Then I'm printing the value of sum and average by using ref string. So sum equal bracket sum, then backslash n, then average. How average will be calculated? The sum divided by the length of L. Now let's check the output. So the output is correct as given list. Now we will understand next questions. The next question is to reverse a list. So we have a inbuilt function method for reversing a list in the list. So we can reverse by using reverse method. So this is the syntax, and this will not return anything. It will make change in the given list. It will not give a separate list. It will make the change in the original list. Then we have the next question, that is to count even and odd number from a list. Here we have a list having 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7, 8, 9 as elements. Then I create two variables, e equals 0, o equals 0, e for even, o for odd. Then I access each element for x in L. Now I'm checking if x modulus 2 equals 0, means if the remainder is 0, then it is an even number. So plus equal 1 in the e, and if it is odd, then else it is plus equal 1. So here then I am printing by using f string that evens are and odds are. So these are the question. Now the next question, to remove duplicates from a string. So we can remove duplicates by using different way. We have different way to remove, but I am using dictionary to remove the value. Like I'm taking a empty dictionary and then I am accessing each element from the list for X in L, then I am counting the present occurrence of that element in the list. If it is, then I am storing each key is the elements of the L, and the value or the count occurrence of that element. Then I'm simply using for k comma v in d dot items, and if v is greater than 1 means the value is greater than 1, L dot remove k, otherwise print L. Here there is a problem that I am getting 3 two times. So how we can solve this? Now I'm using different way. What I have done here, I'm taking n list, empty list, and then again I am using for X in L. Then if X not in N, if X is not present in N, then append it, otherwise continue. Means it will get all the unique values or elements from the list and store them in the N, and then it is printing. Then I have the next question, that is to insert an element at a given position. So here we have list 1 2 4 5, then I have a E for the element I want to insert, that is int input, then J the index. Then what I am doing, I am simply adding append, I simply adding a value 0 to a list to increase the size of that list. Then I am using for I in range length of I, reverse ordering of the list, means the counting indexing will start from the last. So here length 1 minus length of L means 0 1 2 3 4 4 minus 1 3. So it is starting from 3, then 2, then 1, then 0. Then I am simply swapping the value until the J will come, and at the position of J I am inserting the value of E. Then I am printing L. Now delete all even number. So this is simple. Again I am simply using for I in range, reversing order until it reach to 0. Then I am checking if the L of I is modulus to equals 0, then L dot remove L of I. Then it will remove all the even numbers from the list. We can use for I in range 0 to for I in range length of L as well, but here I am using this there is no problem if we use that method as well. So we have a merge, how to merge two lists. Here we have two lists L and R. So to merge two lists, I am using extend method here. What it will do, it will take all the elements from the second list and merge them into the L, means first list. So here you can check the output of the of this. Then we have the next question, to sort without using sort method. Even though we have a method in a list to sort the list, that is sort method, but we how we can sort the list without using sort. So this is how. For I in range I am I am using for loop. Then I am using for J in range length of L minus 1 minus I. What is happening here? Here the J element means L of J is checking that whether it is greater than the next element. If it is, then it is swapping that value. So after swapping each elements again and again with each other, the list will be sorted at last like this. You are not able to understand this. If you are not able to understand like this, I can also make a separate video for you. for these type of questions. Soon I will upload. Now here the next question is the addition of two matrix. This is simple. I'm using a for loop here. I have two matrix and then I'm taking a C empty list and then I'm using for I in range at last element length of A, that is 2. Then I'm taking again a sub list to store in a matrix. Then I'm using for J in range the length of first element of or first list of A. Then what I am doing, I'm simply adding A of ij plus B of ij and then appending that value in the R. After appending, I'm appending R into C, then I'm printing C. Let's do a work. These 3 or 4 questions, I will make a separate video for you to help you understand in the written manner so that you can understand carefully. For now, you can check the syntax. For this as well, you can check the syntax, then I will make a separate video for your understanding to make you understood. For now, check the syntax and working and try these questions if you can. So for now, let's start the questions of string. Question says that I have to compress a string like this given example. So I took a n variable taking input from user, then I am making a d dictionary, empty dictionary, then I'm using for x in range, accessing each element from the n string. Then what I am doing, I am storing if x in d dot keys, then dx plus 1 plus equal 1. Otherwise, else store the that key with value 1. And if it is already exist, plus 1 the value of that key. Then after that, I am simply printing 4k comma v in d dot items and printing all the key and values as the given result. So these are the, you can see how this is working. The next question is to reverse every word in a sentence. So I have n equal I love Python programming. I took a string and then I am taking a string res, empty string, and empty two list L and R. Then I'm using for I in range length of n. It will goes to the end of this string. Then I'm checking if the element is a space. then append the value. I think you will not able to understand this question like this. So we will understand this question separately. Forgot this question for now. Now understand the next question, that is to convert every alternative character to uppercase. So we have a n string in taking input from the user. Then I'm taking a result variable having empty string. Then I'm using for I in range, means accessing each value, each index value with length n. Then if I am checking if the index value is divisible by 2 equals 0, then result plus equal ni dot upper. Otherwise result plus equal the same upper lowercase. Then I'm simply printing the result. What is happening here? Whenever the index is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, it will change the n of I. It will change the element in uppercase, then add in the empty list. Otherwise, it will not change the element if it is not 0, 2, 4, 6, means the alternative character. So here the same thing happening. Capital letter, then small, capital, then small, capital, then small. Now the next question is to remove all the vowels from a string. These questions we have done already. So now let's understand again. We have a x equal input. Then I took a list having all the vowels. Then I create a result equal empty string. Then what I have done, I'm using for character in x to access each element. So if character is not in L, then result plus equal character, means whenever the vowel will come, it will not add that into the result string. If it is not a vowel, then it will add in the result and then print the value. Like given here, all the vowels are removed. Then once any print. Again, let's check the output. So here I am writing once any. Then in once any, A and I are vowel. They should be removed. So they are removed successfully. Now the next question is to find the first non-repeating character. So here I am taking input for a string from the user. Then I am using for character in n. So it is accessing all the character from the user one by one, from the string one by one. Then I'm checking if the date element from the starting, that I'm checking n dot count character equal 1. The occurrence of that character in the n is 1. Then print at that time and break the whole purpose. If the if you are not able to found the element, then else print not found. Else will else will execute when the break statement will not execute. Otherwise, if break is executed successfully, then else will not execute. Next question is to print every character on a new line using transversal. So here we have a x input from the user. Then I am using for character in x, means accessing each element by using for loop called traversal. Then I am printing by using f string. Simply I am rewriting here, like if I give a string here once and then in enter, so it will print VANSH separately. The next question is to count word in a sentence. So if we have an input, then I'm checking I'm taking an input that which word you want to count, then I can simply use count method for counting that. After that, I have to replace all the spaces with the underscore. To replace all the spaces with the underscore, I can use replace method that is used to replace any element with any other element. Like given here, you can check how it is working. Then another example is to count the occurrence of particular character. So here we have a X string. Then I'm taking input from the user that enter the character you want to search. Then I took a count equals 0 to count the occurrence of that character. Then I am accessing each element for character in X. Then what I am doing, I'm checking if that character means the accessed character is equals to the element I want to search. Then plus 1 in the count. And at last print the value of count. Then we have the next question, that is to check whether a string is palindromic or not. What is palindrome? Palindrome is basically the string. Whenever you reverse a string, the string remains same. So here we are starting the program with taking a input from the user, that is the string, to enter the string. Then to reverse a string, we can simply use this syntax, like I'm using x, then bracket, then colon colon -1. So what it is doing, it will simply reverse all the string and assign to rev. Then I'm checking if the rev is equals to x, then this is a palindromic in nature, otherwise not. So Nitin, I'm taking as an example Nitin. So after reversing Nitin, Nitin remains Nitin. So that's why the string is palindromic, but the Sagar is not. Next question is to reverse a string. So to reverse a string, simply we can use the syntax given here, reverse equal x colon colon -1. Then we can print the rev automatically. So this is the question. Simply in this question, I am taking a L in which I have a list of elements 1, 3, 2, 8, 7 and 6. Then what I am doing, I am accessing each element from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the length of this string is 6. So 6 minus 1 is the last index of this element. So what I am doing here length of -1 means this for loop will run from 0 to 5, length -1. And then what happening here, now the next for loop I am using for j in range, length of L -1, length of L -1 5 minus I. So let's start with index I equals 0. So for I equals 0, if it is 0, the first for loop will run 0 for I equals 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5. So let's check. When I equals 0, then j will run from length of L -1 means 5 minus I means 0. So j will run until 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what is happening here? It will check whether the L of j means L of 0 means 1, the first element, is greater than the L of j plus 1 means the second element, that is 3. So 1 is less than 3, so nothing will change here. Then what will done, the next j will become 1, then it will check L of j, that is 3 is greater than 2. So yes, 3 is greater than 2, so that's why we swapped the values by using a temporary variable x here. This process is basically to swap these two values I'm taking here. Okay, so you can also swap by different method, but I am using this method. After that j will become 2, so j will become 2 means here, so 3 will come here. Now it will become 2 and it will become 3, but the indexing is same, so this is second index. So for j equals 2, it will check with the third element that 3 is greater than 8 or not. So 3 is less than 8, so nothing will change here. Then j will become 3, so 3 will be checked with 7, so 8 is greater than 7, so 7 will come here and 8 will come here, but the index will be remain same. After that 8 will check with 6, so it will exchange again, so 8 comes here and 6 comes here, but the index will remain same. Then I will become 1. So if I will become 1, again it will start from 1. What happening is here is that the first element is becoming the smallest one, then this element, then we are making this element, then we are making this element. So this is the basic purpose why I am using these old methods and syntax. If you are not able to understand, then now let's understood again with a simple language. So here what we are doing, we have a simple L list, and I am accessing each element for I in range length of L minus 1, means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So length minus 1 means 6 is the length, and it will goes from 0 to 6. 6 minus 1, that is 5. Then what is happening, it will check for j in range length of L minus 1 minus I. But there is a problem here, it will not goes from 0 to 5, it will go for 0 to 4. Sorry for my mistake, but this is wrong. It will go from 0 to 4. If it will go from 0 to 5, the index will out of range. That's why we are using length minus 1 here. So it will go from 0 to 4. Whenever we are checking this condition, it will say the index is out of range. That's why we are using 0 to 4. And in this question, we are one by one making the first element the lowest one, then the first index the greater than 0th index, then this one, then this one, then this one, then it will automatically become the largest number. So this is the basic overall agenda of this program. You can also check the explanation from ChatGPT or any AI tool, because they are better. And if you are not able to understood, again you can comment. I will make again a separate video for you, any topic from any unit until unit 4 you are not able to understood. Now let's do the another question. Now we have the next question, and in this next question we have two matrix A and B, and what we have to do here, we have to add these matrix together. So what how a matrix looks like? So matrix looks like here, like this: 5 6 7 8. So this is same, it is A and this is B. This is how we make a matrix, but in Python we use list to make matrix, and this is the syntax, or this is how we make matrix in the list using list. After that, you know that if we are adding these two matrix, we want a new matrix in which the addition of 0th and 01 with 01, 10 with 10, and 11 with 11. So for 5 plus 1 6, 6 plus 2 8, then 7 plus 3 10, 8 plus 4 12. So this is what I have to do. Now what I am doing here, I am simply using for I in range, accessing from 0th index to length of A is 0 1, so length of A is 2, then it will goes from 1 0 1 until 2 minus 1 means 0 1, and then I am creating another or empty list, because I have to give elements like this, so I have to make a separate empty list as well. Then I am using again a for loop in which I give the range, the first element of a matrix. So the first element A matrix length is 2, again 2, so it will goes from 0 to 1 and again. So here what happening, r dot append A of ij. So here let's see the solution. So for now, if I equals 0, if I is 0, then j is 0 for here, b is 0, I is 0, then b is also 0 here. So 0 0 plus 0 0 means 5 plus 6, so 6 will automatically add in r, means what this will become, this will become r equal 6. Then again j will become 1. Now if j is 1, here I equals 0, then j is 1, I equals 0, then j is 1. So this one will plus with this, 6 plus 2 8, this will become 6 comma 8, and this whole matrix will add at last with c. So c will become 6 comma 8 comma, and again the same thing will happen with j I equal 1. If I equal 1, the j will become 0 for starting, so this will add with this 7 plus 3 10 comma, then if j will become after that 1, then it will become 1 1 1 1, so the 1 1 1 1 will add, then it will become 12. So this is the explanation. Now for this question, please understand this question carefully, because this is so much confusing sometime. So you already know that this A is a matrix of 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, and B is matrix like this 5, 6, 7, 8. And now check how to multiply two matrices together. In like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 here, then multiply by 5, 6, 7, 8. So how to multiply these elements with these, and plus sign means multiply 1 with 5, multiply 1 with 5, then 2 with 7 plus 14. So this is the first element. Then this whole row with this column, next column. So 1 with 6 plus then 8 with 2, that is 16. Then the same but next row, 3 with 5, 7 with 4, then 3 with 6 and 4 with 8. Then if we add these elements together, so these are the outputs. So these are the outputs. Now let's check how they are working, how this program is working. So let's start. So for adding for multiplication of these two matrix, we have to create a separate matrix, means a separate list. I'm taking a separate empty list here for multiplication of these matrix. Now I am accessing the index or elements, and I am using for I in range length of A, that is length of A is 2, so it will goes from 0, I will goes from 0 to 1 only, because the range will occur from 0 to length of A, that is 2 minus 1. So minus 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, so it will go from 0 to 1. Now for J, then again I am taking a X list for these rows, taking rows, separate rows. I am taking X empty list, then I am using for J in range and the elements of and the length of B of 0, means the length of this element, that is 0, 1, so it will goes from 0 to 1. Okay, then why I am taking this s equals to 0, because as we have already learned that for multiplication of those two matrix, I have to multiply this with this, then this with this, but add as well as addition. For addition I am using s here to add these elements after multiplication. Now I am using for k in range the length of B, so k will goes from 0 to 1 similarly. So let's start the programming. We consider we have a I equals 0 here first of all, then j equals 0, and then k equals 0. So what will happen, s is already 0, so s will add here I 0, j 0, b 0, j 0. So 0 0 0 0. So at A the 0th element is this one, and at B the 0th element is this one. So it will multiply both of them. 5 multiply 1, 6. Then add this in s equal s plus 6. So s will become 6. After that k will become 1, because k will go from 0 to 1. So k will become 1 now. So here it will become 0 1 and 1 0. So now if you check, the 0 1 element is this one and 1 0 element is this one. So this will multiply with this 7 to the 14 and add with s. So it will become this is 5. So this will become 19. This will become 19. That is the first element I got. After that, after running this whole k loop, I am adding this element in the first row, that is x. So x will become 19. The same way now the j will become 1 now. J will become now 1 because we have run the k loop properly, but now j will run for 1. So again it will goes for if j equal 1 and I equal 0, remain 0, but k equals 0 again. So if k equals 0, then let's check here. Then if I is 0, k is 0 again, and b is 0, j is 0. So 0th element multiply with 1th element, this one. So 6 multiply 1 is become 6, and I am adding it into s. Again s will become 0, so s will be 6 now. Okay. After that k will become 1. So after k become 1, it will 0 1 and 1 1. So this 0 1 will multiply with 1 1, that is 8. So 8 to the 16. So this will become 22, and this 22 will append in the x element. After that, this, after running the j loop, this whole x will append in the c. So c will become 19,22. Okay. Then we have done I equal 0, but I equal 1 is remain because this loop will run from 0 to 1. So that's why I equal 1 is remain. So now let's run for the I equal 1. The same thing will happen. For I equal 1, the j equals 0, 1 will run, and k equals 0, 1. You can check, and then the output will be same like this. Okay. So these are the questions that are hard, but if you understood the logic clearly, you are able to do these questions in a simple way. So after that, we have successfully completed unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 and unit 4. So now I will give a video for you. I will upload a video for you in which I will upload approx 200 questions and with answers. What you have to do, you have to pause the video, then check and try to solve that question, and if you are not able to solve, then you can check the answer. Okay. And if you can comment so that I can explain you properly.